What the f? This is terrifying. As the co-founder of ContentCreator.com, where we literally focus all of our efforts on teaching beginners how to shoot and edit pro videos, this is one of the first times I've ever really had to question what the future is going to look like for my business and the businesses of tens of thousands of content creators around the globe. So to rewind for a second, unless you've been living under a rock recently, you've probably seen these videos circulating on the internet. 100% AI generated video content. Type in a line of text and voila, beautiful video thanks to OpenAI's newest tool, SORA. And I'm not exaggerating when I say beautiful. This stuff is incredible. The internet is going crazy over this. I mean, I don't think anybody really saw this coming at all. Most people, myself included, thought we had like 5 to 10 years of AI development before something this impressive was even close to possible. And naturally, with this shocking development, you have an insane amount of debate over the future impact it will have on our society. How many jobs is this going to replace? Will this amplify the spread of misinformation and fake content to the point where we have to question literally everything we see? Are total industries going to get wiped out? From Hollywood actors all the way down to beginner content creators, there is just a ton of uncertainty in the air. What are the regulations on this going to look like, and is there any way at all to gain control of the situation now before the snowball catches too much speed for anyone to keep up with it? And more importantly, am I gonna lose everything, considering I've invested my entire life millions of dollars into a business that teaches people how to create content? I know you probably don't care, but it's been top of mind for me. Anyways, here's what I want to share. What we know for sure about AI video. What we don't know yet, how I think this is going to play out and impact society, more specifically content creators. And finally, what I think you should do to prepare yourself. Okay, so SORA was unveiled last week and we've learned a lot in this time frame. Up first, it's obviously not open to the public. Right now, it's being safety tested by red teamers, who are people that purposely try to exploit, hack, or misuse technology to bring to light any dangers or cracks within the foundation, so to speak. We know without a doubt it can produce extremely realistic videos up to 1 minute in length in 1080p resolution. Now, these videos aren't perfect. Close scrutiny will reveal there is some funkiness going on, like disappearing horses, the occasional breakage of the laws of physics, and duplicates casually morphing into and out of one another. With that being said, the videos we've seen range from ultra realistic to CG animations and basically everything in between. But it doesn't stop at individual clips. It's been shown that SORA can generate full coverage of a particular scene, meaning you can type in a prompt and specify you want additional camera angles, close-ups, long shots, etc. And it will give you everything you need to portray a multi-camera rendition of a single scene. Building on top of that, SORA can take its seat as the director and the editor, cutting together multiple scenes to portray fully edited movie trailers, which I can almost guarantee will extend into commercials, music videos, and pretty much any type of edited video you can imagine. We also know that SORA can take multiple unrelated clips and merge them together in ways I would have never dreamed of doing with my own arsenal of professional editing software. The first time I watched this clip, I was like, you didn't get me. I saw that transform into a butterfly. And then I rewatched it and realized the entire Colosseum transformed into an underwater landscape without me even really noticing. So long story short, we know this tool is extremely impressive already. Look at it from any angle you like, and it is impossible to say, yeah, I thought AI video was going to be further along by now. So wrapping up this section on what we know for sure, I basically keep flipping back and forth between two trains of thought. Wow, what incredible technology this is. What a time to be alive. I love my job so much, I just don't want to be replaced by robots. Okay, up first, as of right now, there is no public release date. There are no details on pricing or whether or not it'll be free, none of that. We also have no idea how long it took for SORA to produce these first sample clips that we've all seen. I haven't really seen many people talking about this, but if you consider the fact that just generating a single AI image usually takes a good handful of seconds, the amount of time it would take to produce 24 of those individual frames per every second of video, it has to be an insane amount of processing time and computing power required to even do it in the first place. Just think of all the physics and interconnections between each individual frame. These are factors that never impact individual AI images, but carry a massive amount of importance even for very basic video clips. If I had to guess, I'd say the processing time delay and just the requirement for computing power is going to be the biggest bottleneck on SORA and AI video in general being adopted by the masses. Another thing we don't know for sure is what the AI is actually referencing to generate the AI clips. We all know that AI just can't create something from scratch. It needs to reference something on the internet in the first place that it then uses as a base to kind of create the new thing, which has so much copyright implication, it's not even funny. And in case you weren't aware, OpenAI, the company behind SORA, signed a huge deal and just extended that deal with Shutterstock, a company that hosts tons of stock photos and videos, basically allowing the AI models to reference all of the content on Shutterstock as a way to train and get better. But again, that comes with a massive question over the IP rights of all the people who uploaded the reference content to Shutterstock to begin with. Like, if AI references a clip that you uploaded to Shutterstock that if somebody downloaded, you'd get paid for, but now because it's getting referenced by AI, are you getting credit for that future AI video and every time that AI video ever gets used in the future? I mean, it's insane just trying to comprehend all the ramifications of this. And apparently, OpenAI has some fund that's gonna compensate the original creator whose video got referenced by the AI, but how are you gonna track that? That just sounds like such a massive gray area to me. It's gonna be a nightmare, and I don't know if people are gonna get paid. So this is the truly scary stuff to think about. I immediately just start thinking of Black Mirror and all the scenarios of fake videos of politicians that are going to be circulating around the internet. There was literally an episode of Black Mirror, the new season, called Joan is Awful, that was a parody on AI and basically actors signing over their likeness to AI so that it could use that actor and create more AI versions and content using them. And I remember watching that episode being like, what a cool concept. I'm so glad I'm not gonna live in a world where we have to worry about that. And now here I am, a year later, and that world that I thought I was never gonna have to live in is right at our doorstep. And if you're watching this video thinking that we're always gonna be able to tell the difference between AI-generated video and the real deal, you are painfully wrong. This clip was a year ago, and this is what we have today. I'd call that a 50x improvement, if not more, in 12 months. Another 12 months from now, with another 50x improvement, AI video is going to be out of this world realistic. Just this past week, I saw a headline about that podcaster, Bobby Altoff, who interviewed Drake, apparently started trending because of some explicit video of her on the internet. But apparently, she went on Instagram and said that it was AI generated. Just imagine how rampant stuff like this will be when the technology behind SORA, something that's 10 times better than all the crap on the internet right now, becomes publicly available. And it goes both ways. It's not just AI videos that are going to circulate and be taken as the truth. It's going to be real videos documenting incredible things that are now going to be easily written off as fake because it was created by AI. In the world we currently live in, where misinformation spreads like wildfire, adding ultra-realistic AI-generated video to the equation, it's just going to amplify the distrust from all sides. Oh man, but what about us working folk? How are different industries going to be impacted by AI video? Well, I think the one industry that everyone's kind of been saying it already, but stock video, they're done. Whether it's a month from now or a year from now, no one is going to be licensing stock video of the Amalfi Coast like this when AI is just gonna easily give you this. Now don't get me wrong, I'm gonna shed a tear for everyone out there who lives off of stock footage royalties, but I do think this is a slightly smaller market in the big scheme of things. The digital entertainment industry, on the other hand, like Hollywood movies, shows, even YouTube videos, this is a massive market and it's gonna get disrupted like crazy. But I will be clear, I think things are gonna change. I don't think massive amounts of people are just gonna be out of a job. For example, I'm sure actors are going to fight back against the AI revolution, but with massive studios trying to restrict budgets as much as they can, eventually they are going to turn to AI instead of shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars to practically film short scenes that AI can do in a day or so. I mean, we could start to see content where the characters within the shows are fully generated by AI, never having existed before in the real world. I saw someone post a concept of using AI to recreate the ending of TV shows like Game of Thrones in a way that fans would actually enjoy. I jokingly laughed when I read that and really thought about how much I would love for anyone but Bran to have actually won the throne at the end. But then I thought about it more and I was like, again, looking where we were a year ago, there's no way a year from now these AI models aren't going to be able to spit out like perfect replicas of Game of Thrones or all these other shows. Now, even though that's probably possible, it is going to be a massive nightmare for intellectual property and copyright. And even if platforms like OpenAI and SORA put in restrictions to their tech, it's like anything. Once the tech is out there, other people are going to develop similar things, and these regulations might not be present. So like, it's gonna be the Wild West. People are gonna be able to exploit it. It's what they do. And who knows how crazy it's all gonna get. I could even picture a world where YouTube is gonna have to create a new system for recognizing copyrighted AI content, at which point they siphon the AdSense revenue to the original owner of the content that the AI used to reference and create the mimic. Now, I will say the big companies like OpenAI and Microsoft, they met and they created a protocol of embedding metadata into the videos that show that video was created by AI, but you can take a screenshot, a screen record, and that metadata is gone. Same thing with that cute little watermark in the bottom corner. Like, you just crop that out and, who knows if it's AI? Then TikTok came out and said that they're gonna develop some machine learning system that has users tag their content as AI generated, which will help the machine learn and then in the future pick out content and label it as AI. But at the same time, if you reverse engineer that, if the machine learning will be able to detect AI generated content, it will just be able to backfeed that into the original AI and make it only better at creating content that confuses the detection software. I don't know if that actually made sense what I just said, but I think it does. I don't know if any of this makes sense. As crazy as it sounds, even with this YouTube channel, I could see using AI to generate a script and then having the ability to feed that script to SORA or another AI video platform, give them all of the videos I've shot in the past and say, hey, use this script and replicate something that looks like all of these other videos I've given you. And I mean, that's on the horizon. I could have a full YouTube video with me in it, with a voice that sounds like me, that I really didn't have to do much work for. I just hit some buttons. I'm not saying I want to do this, but once the ability to do it is out there, people are gonna do it. And it's gonna be this thing of raising the bar of competition where do we meet it or do we fall behind? It is an overwhelming amount of what ifs to consider. And I constantly find myself getting excited by the potential and then getting kind of terrified by it. But I do want to take all this conjecture, reel it back, and give you some actionable advice. Whether you're an established content creator, a new content creator, or an aspiring content creator. What should you do to prepare yourself for the AI revolution? Well, without a doubt in my mind, you need to accept the fact that it's coming and there's very little that any of us can do about it. Embrace, adapt, or fall behind. And because it is truly how we think about things that define our reality moving forward, I want to give you the positive spin that I'm going to be using to define my actions as I move forward. I like to think about when ChatGPT first got announced. People went crazy, very similar to how people are reacting to SORA. With ChatGPT, writers thought they were going to completely lose their jobs. Who would hire a writer when ChatGPT could do it for you? Well, guess what happened? The same creative genius required to write epic content became necessary in using AI to create epic AI-written content. In other words, AI didn't replace writers. It became a tool that writers use to get more done. Love it or hate it, but that is really what happened. And again, another example, developers were terrified AI would replace the need for experienced coders. But guess what? The only people who really know how to generate amazing code with AI are experienced coders. And deep down, I really do think this is the trend that's gonna play out for content creators like me, you, and everyone else with a passion for this stuff. Only the creators who know what types of content and stories build audiences will know how to best leverage AI to tell great stories and build awesome audiences. So hopefully that eases your fear at least a little when it comes to the market for us content creators. The key for you now, if you want to truly become a content creator who's capable of leveraging AI the way that it's meant to be and build an audience, get views, make a career out of it, all that fun stuff, is you need to speed up the rate at which you're learning and, more importantly, taking actions towards your goal as a content creator. Don't sit and wait for the AI tools to develop to the point where they become this massive shortcut. You want to be taking action right now, creating at least one video per week, whether that's for fun, for friends, for clients, for YouTubes, for social media. If you are not making one video a week, you are not doing what it takes to become a content creator in the 21st century. And we're gonna come full circle here with the most shameless plug that you've heard on YouTube today. In case you didn't know, at contentcreator.com, we have an online course that's taught over 100,000 people how to start shooting and editing great looking videos, even if they're brand new and have no idea how to use their phone or professional cameras. We teach you how to get views, how to build an audience, the monetization strategies, and everything else in between, all for less money than a dinner date with your grandma. The program is called 14-Day Filmmaker, which includes a course on using your smartphone to create pro content, another course dedicated to growing a YouTube channel, and another one on mastering pro cameras and advanced gear. There are hundreds of streamlined tutorials that you get lifetime access to, weekly Q&As and coaching calls, free downloads, practice exercises, and everything else you need to be a successful content creator. And you can bet as soon as the AI video tools become available, we'll add training on all of that. If you're interested, the link to learn more and enroll is in the description below. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.